YouTube, it is Zyvo. Now, I realized right after I ended the last video that I forgot to walk through this portal. There was about 2 minutes of me running upstairs. Like I said, I cannot edit videos. I'm still trying to work on that. Anyway, in this video we're going to actually go into the Tier 1 dungeon, Forgotten Grounds. So, yeah, let's go ahead and pull out our bow, make sure our armor is on, and go ahead and go into it. Now when you spawn in here, for some reason you'll be looking directly at the Citadel gate. Give me a second. Sorry about that, something in my mouth. Anyway, you'll spawn over here on a bridge. These are dragon eggs. You can't break them, you can't touch them, you can't do anything. They're actually locked. Anyway, you'll spawn on this bridge. You can fall down off this bridge. There's a lot over there. There is also a lot over there. Anyway, we're going to go over there first after we go off the bridge. So, there is a mob right at the end of the bridge. He does spawn on these red areas. These red areas are actually mob spawns. They spawn directly on top of it. Yep, he almost pushed me off the bridge. Now mobs in here actually do have special powers. They can throw you, they can leap at you, and I believe some of them can teleport to you. Some can also use magic at you. So be careful of that. If you see a red trail thing, make sure you move out of the way of that. That will hurt a lot. No matter what your armor is, it will hurt. And it seems like I'm lagging a bit because of the rain. Anyway, once you get off the bridge, you want to go over here. There's actually a small spot over here you can train. As you can see, there's a spider stuck in the tree here. Let's go ahead and just get rid of him. There is a guy behind the tree. And that guy behind the tree spawns right over here, actually. The spider spawns right here up against the tree, and if you're standing on this side of that tree, he will try to climb up the tree. So, careful of that. Seems I have a follower for some reason. Anyway, if you go ahead and stand here, you have actually one. There's another guy who spawns right over here. Right there, you can see the red block. Now, I'm not sure why he's not spawned yet. Anyway, he spawns right there. You basically have 4 enemies you can hit here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, that is one of the good spots to farm at. However, this is right next to the spawn gate, so there are a lot of people right here, as you can see with that guy. Anyway, there's another spot right over here. There's a guy who spawns right in there, one that spawns right in there, and a few more that spawn right over here. Now, there are a few, I'm not really sure why the mobs aren't spawning. They're supposed to spawn in a lot more. I think you have to be here for like 10-20 seconds before they start spawning. There are a few slimes that actually spawn around here, which is a great way, especially if you're an engineer, to get some slime balls so that you can craft some sticky pistons. As you can see, he just dropped a slime ball. They do spawn bigger ones, but like normal Minecraft, they don't actually split into smaller ones. They just die instantly. So, go ahead and make a note of that. Anyway, you see they are actually spawning a little bit now. This guy saw me from way back there for some reason. He is a skeleton in clothing, so he can fire arrows at you. That's obviously a zombie with a sword. Some of the zombies can actually use magic spells at you, so be cautious. last night I was running around here. Commonly, I just run around here and farm up souls. I found a blaze. I've never seen a blaze in here before. Not really sure where he came from. He came from right around here. While in the dungeon, you're going to see these little take and discard things. If you don't click them in time, you'll get this big callback warning. Doesn't really seem like callback warnings really prevent you from doing anything, just picking up the item that you're supposed to be able to pick up. As you can hear, I hear a blaze behind me. Basically, you click these buttons, and you get the items that you were supposed to get. While in a party, I just heard the blaze die, so I'm not really sure where he spawns from. There it is. Blaze spawns from a green. So he does actually count as a boss, or a mini-boss. I'm not sure which one counts as which. I think the greens are a mini-boss. The gold is a boss. I could be wrong about that. That's just the way it seems to be, from my experience. Anyway, I have a guy behind me hitting me with arrows. Let me finish him really quick. Arrow bounced off of me. That is a small glitch with arrows. Sometimes they bounce off of you. As far as if you are a ranger character, you have to be within, I believe it's 10 or 15 blocks from the enemy. I'm going to go ahead and sit here and see if the blaze will respawn while I'm talking. Anyway, there is a way to go ahead and take these things off, but only while you're in a party, unfortunately. You actually have to type in /party, and he is attacking me again. Jeez. They don't stop here, do they? Anyway, you go ahead and type in /party. Actually, in fact, there he is. Let's see if I don't know why he dies. I guess the rain kills him? It's a little interesting. Anyway, free items, I guess. Where was I? In order to go into a party, you actually type /party. Party. Add. Not add. Is it add? It's either add or invite. You type in add or invite the player name. But to make the takes go away, when you're in a party, this will actually be 3. It'll be want, need, and greed or something like that. Anyway, you type in /party roll, and this will allow you to roll need or want. I forget which one it is. Anyway, you're going to go ahead and want to type in that whenever you're in a party. It'll automatically roll a want and give randomly select one of your party members to receive the item, which is awesome, because then you won't have to sit here, click the item, go back into fighting, go back here, click the item, go back into fighting. You can actually just sit here, farm on everything, and it'll automatically do it for you. So, yeah, over here is a decent spot to fight. As you can see, this guy keeps spawning for some reason pretty quickly. We can go ahead and push take on those. Now, it's mostly giving me these 2 items right here, the tiny shards and the small shards. These are 1 coin, these are 3 coins. They stack up pretty quickly, especially if you can kill the enemies pretty quickly. Now, enemies over here seem to be bosses. As you can see, that is a gold, meaning he has a lot more health, a lot more damage, and not sure why he's all the way out here. But he spawns right there. I think he only spawns in once every like 10 minutes or something. Anyway, there's not a whole lot much over here. In fact, I think the spawners stop over here. Anyway, there is one more spot, or actually a few more spots. First off, we're going to go in here. Let me check my direction. There are actually, I believe, like 5 or 6 entrances to this place. As you enter, there is a spider that spawns in there. There are tons of vines. Somebody needs to come in and clean this up. There are a few more mobs that spawn in here. There is also a gold over here next to the tiny tree. Now you'll see what I mean in a second. Right over here. Another mob spawner there. There is a tiny tree within this giant tree. It's a little bit blocked right now from all the vines. Unfortunately, I don't think the admin could figure out how to get the vines to stop growing. Simply, if any admins are watching this, go ahead and use World Edit to spawn in I just saw him. Go ahead and use World Edit to spawn in a piece of string directly underneath the vine. That way it doesn't grow past where you want it to grow. Otherwise we get a big mess like this. And it kind of kills the vibe of the place. Anyway. Yeah, if you spawn in with World Edit string to a spot, it shouldn't despawn. I don't think running through it counts as a actual running through it. I don't think running through it updates it. I could be wrong about that, but there are a few other ways to get vines to not grow. So go ahead and check in on that. This place does need a bit of tidying up. Anyway, the creeper, as you saw, spawned right here on the green spot. He really doesn't explode. That would kind of kill the fun. He just kind of runs up to you, and I'm not sure. It doesn't really even seem like he damages you. Anyway, I want to make sure I'm leaving out the north gate here. There are tons of holes here, so be careful. Alright, now at the north gate, there are a bunch more monsters. In fact, you can see a red one right there as we left. There is I think I'm a little too far over. There's actually a few nice spots to grind in here. Right around here, as you can see, there is 1, 2. I'm pretty sure there's one right over here. 3 different areas. 4. So yeah, you can stand right in here and start fighting mobs. However, like I said earlier, or in the last video, if you are low level, try not to get swamped. Stay in a party. You can die pretty quickly. As you can see, mobs just spawned. They're all over the place. Anyway, another place you can grind. There's actually 2 right over here. There's one right here, under the bridge, not on top of the bridge. There's actually a mob on top of the bridge, another green block spawn. But the bridge is a little hard to get on to. I've only found one way personally. However, while leading somebody here to show them what's at top of the bridge, because for some reason a lot of people don't know, he found another way. I'm not sure of his other way, but I will show you my method in a moment. There's a mob that spawns right over there, right across the ledge. There is a spider that spawns over there. And there's a few other things that spawn around this tower, especially on that side of the tower. Anyway, you're going to want to go ahead, either that one's a good place to hit enemies. In fact, you might have just seen that one. You can actually sit here and just snipe them if you're a ranger. There's another slime that spawns right here. However, let's go over here. I'm sorry, I just realized I'm saying however a lot. It's actually very interesting. Alright, so we go over here, and there are like 4 or 5 spawners here. There's one right there in the hole. There's one up here. There is one back here. There should be one over here somewhere. There's one right there. Yep, spiderweb. There is one over here. Should be. One right there. and there are a few more under these trees. So yeah, this is a great place to just camp mobs. Now, for some reason, this area seems to stop spawning in mobs after about 5 minutes. So if that does happen, go ahead, leave this area, go over there, farm a bit over there, and then come back, maybe 5 minutes later. I'm not really sure why it happens, it just sort of kind of happens. This area seems to be one of the only places that does it. The first area I showed, the one over there under that bridge, does it as well, but all the other areas pretty much don't do it. Could be a bug, not really sure. Anyway, last area, let's go on top of the bridge, and yes, you can actually use these as a kind of boardwalk thing. You can also jump on them from the water, which I find strange. Anyway, there is no way up the tree this way. You actually have to detour it a bit. Do a little bit of parkour. Anyway, we go over here. There should be a well of sorts right there. We're gonna go want to go a little ways away from the well. Find this staircase thing. Find the staircase thing. Go through the tree right here. There should be. Now there's also a boss in there, but I'll show that in just a moment. Let me check my time here. We're at 16 minutes. That's decent. I kind of want to keep these videos under 30 minutes. Last time I shot a 30-minute video, it took about 10 minutes for it to upload to YouTube. Which, last time I shot the videos, I shot 4 at a time, and it took almost an hour to upload them all. Even longer to put in annotations and stuff. So we're going to want to find these vines up here. Yep. Yes, enemies can, boss mobs can teleport you to them. It's a little strange. I'm going to blow him up. There you go. He got stuck in the web, so it's a little easier. Now I am going to take these because I kind of need more. Anyway, we can go up here. We can go up through it like this as well. We have to kind of follow this area. Alright, we want to get back to that part. We can jump over here, but I'd like to show you this way. We want to find the vines, and we're going to want to climb the vines and go up over this way. Make sure we land over here on this big spot. Next, we're going to want to climb up a bit more. And make sure not to fall because it is a long way down and it will hurt. We're going to want to climb up here. Oh. This way. We're going to want to find these gates. And we're going to want to climb the gates. Now, it might seem a little bit of a nasty pattern here to climb this thing, but it's actually pretty well worth it. Now, we're going to want to do a 3-block jump here. Climb up a little bit more. Jump up here. Climb across. Climb over here. We're going to want to climb up a little bit because it kind of ends over here, which we should be able to do. And as you can see, there's some anvils right there. We're going to want to make it to those anvils. Once you make it to the anvils, careful of spiderweb. I don't think anything spawns in here. We're almost there. We just have to jump a little bit over here. And as you can see, I'm right on top of it pretty much. You're actually not going to want to jump straight down. That is a very heavy drop. Or you can do like that guy did and try to climb down. Anyway, there is actually a small little thing in here. There is a small staircase kind of thing. You can go ahead and use the staircase, get down. Now once you go down, you can't go back up. You have to jump off the bridge, which there is no real place to jump off the bridge that is really friendly here. It's all surrounded by dirt. I will show you a way to do it. Now, I recommend not doing this unless you are a class that can take the fall, such as a ranger or dragoon, because my passive tumble allows me to fall down up to 7 blocks without taking damage. You can jump this way. You land directly into water. However, you have to fight through a bunch of mobs in order to get out of there. Anyway, the green here will actually spawn a Iron Golem, which, as you might have guessed, will still drop the iron that an Iron Golem normally drops. He spawns in every so often, and just farming him for a bit actually is very helpful. You just get a bunch of iron if you need it. Any moment now. There's also an ally with him. The ally is not too hard to kill. For me, anyway. Like I showed earlier, this bow has sharpness 4 and power 2. Oh, he did spawn. He's just over here. Now, I'm not really sure I want to knock him off. There he goes. As you saw, that overpowered bow there, I was able to kill him with three shots. However, he didn't spawn in anything else. I just fell off the thing, and because of my class, I can actually take a fall of that nature. But I am low on health. I did not bring food. And he won't follow you down for some reason. He also won't spawn you up if you're standing on the top of this ledge here. Not sure why he won't spawn you up. Maybe they did it for balancing reasons. Make you have to try to find a way up. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the T1 area. I'm going to go back to spawn after I show you this exit. Oh, that's quite a ways out there, isn't it? I believe this way has red spawn gates everywhere. So if you are going out there to rest for a bit, make sure you're aware of that. As you can see, I'm pretty far away from the tree now, and I still see reds everywhere. In fact, there's one right over there by the tree. Alright, so there is actually a road that goes all the way up to the bridge, the first one. That actually connects the outgoing to T2. Now, there are 2 T2 dungeons. I have not found a way to get to the second one through T1. If anybody finds it, please tell me. Anyway, like I showed earlier, the boss in this little room, there is also another boss, a mini boss, let's call him, right here. This is a green. He does have about 1500 health, but he spawns in that normally. Unlike the yellows, who apparently don't spawn in for a while. So, I'm going to go ahead and take those. You'll want to find this road here. It's a big gravel road. I'm pretty sure I've passed it a few times here. This road will actually lead you all the way up this hill to, you should be able to see it, the purple gate. Now this gate will send you to the Necropolis, which is the T2 dungeon. After you find this thing and go through it, I believe it's levels 11 through 19. If you're a ranger or any class with spells or range or anything, you should be able to go through it and actually grind in it around levels 5 or 10. However, if you're looking to grind up higher levels, I would suggest going directly to the T3 dungeon and just grinding there because they offer a lot more experience. Anyway, this is it for this video. Thank you for watching and have a nice night.